you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So last session, I just want to recap a little bit and discuss what we talked about. We talked about you being super stressed out. We talked about your anxiety issues, and you taking medicine. So how's that been going for you?
Well, okay, so I actually did try to get off the medication. I know I said I was going to wait until 21, until I was 21. But I don't know, I just didn't want to rely on medication like I said last time.
Yeah.
So I tried. It wasn't the best idea. I actually had a panic attack, which I'm not happy about, whatever. So I realized I'm not ready yet. I think I picked probably the worst time to go off medication because it was, finals are happening now and, just a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm just really stressed out. I'll be okay. It's just not the right time for me to go off medication.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
It must be really hard dealing with everything. And,
yeah.
Well, I just want to kind of touch back on what you said, like, what really made you get off of it? I know you said you wanted to wait till you were 21, but you didn't really...
I don't know, I just don't want to rely on medication. It's just I feel like it's just I'm not against medication, obviously. I just feel like I just don't want to be on medication. My mom was on medication for 16 years.
Wow.
And I don't want to be on it. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's understandable, but with time and knowing yourself, you can I believe that you can definitely kind of wean yourself off of it, but you do have to take the right steps. I think, kind of just stopping maybe wasn't the best idea, especially during this time.
I didn't even see a doctor. I kind of just took my own hands.
Just wanted to be okay.
Yeah.
So besides that going on, I know we did touch a little bit about your dad last session. I just kind of want to hit into that a little bit because. I know you were talking about how he kind of gives you anxiety and everything going on. So how's that relationship with your father been?
Well, okay, I guess I'll dive into that. So my parents got married. No, they met, and 6 months later she was pregnant. Okay, so recipe for failure right there. And it was just a shitty marriage from the beginning. My dad cheated on my mom cheated on my dad. My dad is an alcoholic, so he beat her,
Oh my gosh.
He left us in the tub when he was doing cocaine, and then he overdosed.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what happened. That was and I do actually remember one night that my dad left me in the bathtub with my brother. We were young. And then all I know is that my neighbors took me in and they said, Daddy has a stomach ache or something. I vaguely remember it because I was so little. And then my mom told me the actual story that he put us in the bathtub, he called my mom, and this is at the point where they were already separated, and she was just like, she was planning on divorcing him. She really, and this was after he beat her, she really just didn't care whether he lived or died, which sounds awful, but like, you can't
I can't imagine,
So, he said, I'm turning gray, I think I'm overdosing. So my mom was at a hotel at that point, and she took her time. She came back to the house. And then he was on the floor, and she didn't know that we were in the bathtub, by the way. She thought a babysitter was there, but he lied. That's why she took her time.
Oh
so
it's
not like she was putting us in danger. But anywho, that was the end of their marriage. And then, oh my God, there's so much. We don't have time for everything, but I'll try to fast forward everything. So basically, whatever. Dad got sober 5 years later, maybe. Tried to get sober anyway because he was a big yeller. I was scared of my dad forever. He never hit us or anything, but he was a porn addict, which was like a big problem in my life because I was introduced to things that I shouldn't have been introduced to. Whatever, and I saw things, whatever. But that was his big problem. When he stopped drinking, he started watching porn, so I think he just needed something to be addicted to. I'm not sure, whatever.
Because I wanted to say, I just wanted to kind of touch back on what you said. So basically, I just want to make sure, I'm getting everything here. So your dad was an alcoholic. Basically, he got clean or whatever. He sobered up. And then after he kind of cleaned himself up, his newest addiction was porn.
Yeah. Because then I found out he was actually still drinking the entire time.
Oh, okay, so technically he didn't even get clean.
No, we thought he was because he was going to meetings, whatever. Then so he actually got sober a year later. He's been sober now for, I'm not sure, 8 or 10 years.
Wow.
And then I guess at that point, a couple years went by, everything was fine. I lived with my mom because I couldn't live with my dad. He was too messed up. And then my dad met a woman who is 17 years younger than him.
Wow.
And at that point, I was 14. She was 26. She's 14 years older than me, so 28.
28.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was like weird because she looks younger, so I just like it was just weird. A lot of people thought she was her. She was his daughter, and yeah, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
So it was just a really messed up situation. She tried to take over and be my mom, and like she was a complete bitch, and we still have problems now, and I don't talk to my dad anymore, and
Yeah.
it's just because he kind of he chose, she had 2 kids
Yeah.
with him, tricked him to getting pregnant, forgot her birth control. You know that goes.
Is that true, or do you kind of feel?
We, as a family, we've all talked about it. We all kind of have this theory that she kind of tricked him into getting pregnant because she was on the pill, and then one day they were on vacation. She claims that she just forgot to take her pill for a whole week, and then she surprised my dad with a pregnancy test, and he was like, "Oh shit."
Ooh.
Yeah, the second pregnancy was planned, I think. Anywho, they live in Jackson now. I don't see them. And we like, it's not just my theory, it's the whole family's theory, how we kind of just, we feel like from the beginning she always wanted to take him away from us. And of course there's more to the story, but I can't get into all that right now because we don't have that much time. But it hurts because I miss my dad. It's not even that I miss him, I miss having a dad.
Yeah.
It's just a boy. Like, I don't miss Paul because I hate Paul, my sperm donor, but I miss like having a dad, like just a father figure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really hard.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just I just feel for you because I can only imagine like what that must be like. I mean, from a young age you were exposed to all of that, or I'm sorry, fucked up shit, excuse my language, and then now you're kind of just like, I don't have words except from just, oh my god, game, like.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
But it's whatever. I mean, it kind of
yeah.
shaped me as a person. You know, I learned to live with it. I have good things in my life. I have good friends. I have a good boyfriend. You know, it's not like it fucked me up that much. I mean, I'm sure it did. Maybe in the long run I'll figure out how much it fucked me up. But
yeah. I don't think it like fucked you up per se, but you know, I mean, your dad had a lot of issues. Your anxiety, you know, could be a reason why you're feeling that way since you were little and everything he exposed you to and things like that, which is really sad. But you know, have you ever considered really reaching out and kind of making that connection with him, even though everything that's happened?
Yeah, I did, but he. How much time do we have?
You have plenty.
Okay.
I
don't know. Part of me now doesn't even want to talk to him because he's hurt me so much that I don't want anything to do with him. So I'm really just trying to like not wean myself off and just get away from me. I don't want to contact him. I don't want anything to do with him because there's too much pain and emotion and I'm in college and I have a good life and I just don't need that right now. I'm too focused on my future.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to like lay it on the table? I feel like the root of your problem, just like me like looking from the outside in, I feel like you have all this bottled up, but like, was there ever a time that you guys kind of laid it all on the table? And if there was, you know, how did it go down?